Well, the doors are officially open to our brand new course, The Revenue Multiplier. Kelly and I have been working so hard to bring this course to you guys because we truly believe that by diversifying your revenue in 2025 and beyond, you're going to be able to bring balance to your life, feel more creatively fulfilled, and potentially 2 to 3x your revenue, like Kelly and I have been able to do with our diversified revenue streams. And we just truly believe the mission behind expanding your revenue beyond weddings. So we would love for you guys to hop into this course. You can find it at thelevelupco.com/revenue, and we hope to see you inside. This is the Level Up Podcast. I'm Taylor Petrinovich,
And I'm Kelly Gilster of 618 Studios.
and we are on a mission to help wedding filmmakers and photographers level up their businesses so you can make more and work less.
We want to help you confidently take your business from mainstream to luxury, and it all starts right here. Well, hello, friends, and thank you for joining us for another episode here on the Level Up Podcast. I am here with my girl, Taylor. Taylor, how are you?
I am on cloud nine. Okay, you guys, this is like my most favorite week of the entire year for so many reasons. Number one, if you're listening to this live, it's my birthday in a couple days. So
It's her birthday week, you guys. Happy birthday, Taylor. Happy early birthday. Your official birthday is on Thursday.
yes, January 23rd. It's 123. Very easy to remember. So at that time, I'll be getting a massage and like all the self-care things. And as an introvert, my most perfect day is where I'm just by myself and nobody talks to me. And so that's how I plan to spend my birthday, as cold-hearted as that sounds, but it's fine. Last night we went out with friends and we celebrated in a more fun and social way. And then on my actual birthday, I just want to like be a little hermit with my little book and my tea and a massage and like do all the things that I love to do by myself. But that's only the second reason why this week is so wonderful. Actually, what takes the cake is the fact that today, Tuesday, January 21st, we are teaching our revenue blueprint free training. And if you're listening to this in real time, actually, you still have an opportunity to hop in and learn with us. You can go to thelevelupco.com/blueprint, hop in there. It's going to be a really great time, free training. There's a few different time slots you can pick from, but it's us introducing the concept of diversifying your revenue and what that can do for you and helping you figure out a path that best suits your business and your strengths. But with that, our course is now also officially live. And we actually had a lot of people hop in during our pre-sale event a few months ago, and our wait list has been growing. So to me, that's showing that a lot of wedding creatives are hungry for this kind of information that's not really found anywhere else that I'm aware of within the wedding industry. And so I don't know, it feels very Christmas morning-esque of like this new thing and like bringing this to the world and all the students filtering in and getting their hands on the course and like diving into the modules and like DMing us like how excited they are. So I don't know. I'm giddy with excitement.
Yes, we've already had some pre-sale students reach out to us who have already been able to go through the course as we've been dripping out the content. And it's really heavy on branding and marketing and how to create passive income through digital products like Taylor and I have done. Like I did through Illume Lutz and we've done through the Level Up Co shop. You can do it too. Honestly, you guys, if Taylor and I can do it, anyone can do it. We are not the most technical filmmakers out there. We wouldn't even call us the top in our industry. We're like
Mm-mm.
middle there. We work in the luxury market, but like we're not, the top dogs. And we don't have a huge audience either. So we're going to be uncovering the proven strategy that we have discovered and followed to be able to generate lots of dollars. And we can do it for you too, and you can do it. You have a lot to teach people. You have a lot that you can give to people in forms of an ebook or a template or whatever your workflow is that you've learned inside of the industry that you can bring to others. Or if you want to jump into corporate and commercial world, Paul and I are kind of spearheading that side of this course. And it's been really cool to be able to help a lot of filmmakers and photographers who want to just stretch their creative muscles outside of weddings while also earning a really great income at the same
Mhm.
time. So we're really excited about this course. This is actually a completely different program than the Luxury Mastermind, which we still love and we will be offering later this year. But right now, like Taylor said, I think wedding creatives truly are hungry for something just a little different than, the mundane booking out their year, trying to fill that calendar year, and the ebbs and flows that come with, being an entrepreneur in that way, and how much like it can feel like a roller coaster, honestly, in terms of revenue and things like that.
Yeah. And it's one of those things too where I actually think it's like a two-sided thing. Like, so obviously we love our luxury mastermind and it's been so helpful for so many students. And that's like on this side of things, but being able to diversify your revenue also allows that side to grow too while earning more money. So they're hand in hand, they work together seamlessly. Almost like so it's like January, right? So many people are creating New Year's resolutions and going after maybe some health related goals. And the way I kind of see it is like maybe like like luxury mastermind is like the nutrition side and the like diversifying your revenue is like the workout side. And if you want to like reach your like health and fitness goals, you really do need both, in my opinion. So one is not more important than the other. Like they work cohesively as a unit. So that's how I see it. And yeah, if you want to create courses, all those things, I walk through the process of removing the maybe removing any sort of like pain points. So you don't have to record a course in like a sit down and talk to the camera with a teleprompter way. There's actually multiple ways to go about it where if you're a little bit more camera shy or you just don't feel like you're like up for that undertaking, there's still ways you can deliver your knowledge in a course format. So anyway, we dive deep into like all the different ways you can do that. And um, it's, yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's a very complete course. Like it's like kind of everything you need.
It really is. It's so
Mhm.
many things, and it's kind of like a choose your own adventure course, which is really
Yes.
cool. It's like, do you want to have do you wanna build out a corporate commercial brand? Here's your step-by-step proven method. Do you want to hop into education and helping others? And also, I wanna say too, if you're listening to this and you're like, "Well, I've only been in business for 4 years. What could I even teach people?" Like, there's people who have been in business longer than me, um, or I feel like I maybe need to be in the wedding industry for a decade before I can teach. And that is simply not the case. And I also want to note that, like, when it comes to teaching something, it doesn't have to be you're teaching someone your skill set or knowledge to other people, I would say, I don't know, colleagues in the
Like
industry.
people at the
This
same
could be
level as you? Like, is that what you're
yeah, like,
saying?
this
Yeah.
could be something totally different.
Mhm.
Are you incredible at gardening and have, like, the
Yeah.
best green thumb ever, but you're also, like, a profitable filmmaker, but you're like, "Okay, I wanna stretch my creative muscles outside of this, and I wanna lean into, like, a personal passion project that I have." Like, all of the same principles apply. It's all about us teaching you this full ecosystem of how you need to enter this new phase as an authority right from the very beginning so that people are drawn to you, they wanna learn from you. I don't know, there's so many things. So,
Yeah, all the things. And you can start with one and then over the years start adding additional revenue streams. Like if you want to start with corporate commercial here in 2025 and maybe into 2026 and then by 2027 you're ready to maybe dive into the education side, it's going to be there waiting for you. So anyway, let's get into the topic of today. As you guys know from the title, we are beginning this episode with complete transparency, which is something of like a cornerstone of the Level Up Co brand. We think that transparency is nothing but helpful for everyone to understand at a deeper level what is possible. And so we don't want to come across as being on a high horse or anything like that. Like it's truly we want to open your eyes because very much so like it when it comes to the luxury world, like the first moment you realize like there are photographers out there charging 30,000, 40,000, $50,000 for a wedding, your mind was blown. Like we kind of want to open your eyes in a very similar way. So, between Kelly and myself, outside of our primary wedding brands, which were profitable all on their own, we made a combined additional with diversified revenue, $833,000 in 2024. And when we were doing kind of like some of the numbers and like like the internal research when it came to launching this course and bringing this knowledge into the world, we were adding up all of our numbers and we were like, "Whoa, I didn't know it was that much." Like, but that's 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 life-changing money, obviously. And it's split between Kelly and myself, and it's not equal because Kelly has the corporate side, so she has like the lion's share of that, which is like great. But I don't know. Can you imagine making like an additional several $100,000 a year by diversifying your revenue? There's so many things you can do that with that money.
Yeah. And I honestly, when I first started in the wedding industry 15 years ago, I'll never forget, I had a teacher who pulled Paul and I aside. I've shared this story before. He pulled us aside, hearing chirpings that we were going to be filming weddings full time. And he said, I got to be honest with you, I don't think that is a career path. I don't think that's doable. And we were like, young and early 20s and very naive and semi delulu, and we were like, "No, I think we can do it." And I never would have ever thought, and it took me 8 years to be able to get to a point where I was like, "Oh, okay, well actually I can not only film weddings full time, but I can build out a huge just like ecosystem of revenue streams now with the knowledge that I've gained by stepping into shooting weddings full time, working in the wedding industry full time. So if you're a planner, if you're a florist, if you're a photographer, videographer, all of this applies to you. You can. There's many other peers out there that are starting to do the same thing, and we want you to take action alongside them. And like Taylor said, like we share these numbers with you in complete transparency because we want to let you know what's possible. And I would say that it is so creatively fulfilling. And when I started on this diversification journey in 2019, I would say, so it's about 6 years ago, it completely transformed our wedding brand too. So, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, kind of breaking down the numbers, because obviously they have a few different like buckets that contributed to that 833,000. So 400,000 was from Kelly and Paul's corporate commercial brand, Westmade Films. 395,000 was from this brand, the Level Up Co. And then $38,000 from digital products. So it's kind of cool to see, like, what's possible in each category, and honestly, like, we haven't even hit ceilings yet. Like, I think that things are gonna continue growing, but one thing that I think is important, no matter what bucket you want to go after or which combination of buckets, if you wanna go after multiple, like, going into it with integrity. Kelly and I love the Level Up Co. Like, we love you guys so much. It's, like, 100% out of, like, us feeling, like, hyper protective of our audience and, like, little mama bears, like, making sure their cubs, like, get everything they need to succeed, and so I've heard in conversation from other people, like, "Oh, it's like the bar is really low. You don't have to really try that hard. You can just like slap something together and like put it out to the world." And like, we are not condoning that method. We think that everything you create should be made with like the transformation you're offering to your audience and to your students in mind, and making sure like the results are gonna happen, right? So like, we teach you kind of how to go at it from a place of integrity, which I think is just really important. So I kind of want, I don't know, that didn't have anything to do with this conversation, but I feel like we just like have to say that. Like, we're not out there just like trying to make all the money. We're out there trying to make all the results. And then the
Yeah.
money just kind of follows.
We wouldn't do this if we knew that we were changing lives in the process. And
Yeah.
we have, and it's so fulfilling, and we
Yeah.
love it. And I'm,
So we
like,
were just
gonna
actually
cry.
at Kindred. So we were at Kindred last week down in Palm Springs, which is so much fun. And we got to meet like so many past students, and like the smiles and the hugs and like them telling us like how impactful our program, like the luxury mastermind specifically, has been to their lives, like made it all worth it. Like all the late nights and early mornings of us like working, and all of the like putting my kids in front of the TV for a few hours so that I can like have extra time to like respond to our students and things like that. Like, anyway, yeah, it's just it's about the transformation you can bring to other people in that
Yeah.
way.
And that's why we're so excited to bring the revenue multiplier now to our Level Up Co audience and even a little bit broadening. We're kind of broadening out from that too. So the luxury mastermind is specifically for filmmakers and photographers. Although we have had a makeup artist in there too because it's a business course. So like a lot of the same principles apply. It's just that I would say that if you're a photographer or filmmaker, it's geared a little bit more towards you and if you're outside of that, you just kind of have to like pull the pieces of which ones apply to you, right?
Mhm.
But this new program, the Revenue Multiplier, is for all wedding creatives. For those who do this full time, or maybe you do this part time, and that's okay. And you want to figure out a way to just add in that extra revenue stream into your yearly income. And so it's cool to be able to now bring breathe new life into our Level Up community and bring more people in, and we're excited. We are just so excited about the life-changing results that I know we are going to see from this program. We have poured so much into it. We left no stone unturned. It is Do you know the length? Like, does it matter? Do you know the length of the course, Taylor?
I would need to go and add it up. I mean, it's, like, kind of a lot of hours, I think, because when I was creating, like, the way we did it, guys, is, like, we divided and conquered, so Kelly took half the course and created it, I took half the course and created it based off of our strengths and our unique abilities, I would say, and, like, a lot of my videos in the course, like, came out to, like, 30 minutes long, so, like, that kinda tells me it's, like, a pretty long one. Like, maybe 10 hours at least, I don't know, maybe more.
Yeah. Mine are a little bit more condensed because, like, I pre-wrote all mine out, and then I, like, read from a teleprompter, like, while we did it. But I don't know, probably, like, yeah, between, like, 7 to 8 hours, I would say.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's everything you need. It's everything you need with, like, all the walkthroughs, like, kind of, like, technical walkthroughs of these new things, like, we get into some, like, specifics when it comes to how we like, the inner workings and workflows. So, like, as an educational brand, there's, like, new softwares that you are going to be using, and then for digital products, there's new like, how to create, like, your storefront, and, like, if you're listening to this and you're just, like, a wedding photographer, like, you've probably never had to create, like, an online storefront where people can add to cart and check out, you know what I mean? So, it's, like, walking through, like, a lot of the technical stuff like that, which to me, like, I like to be able to see it and, like, follow along with somebody else showing me how to do it when I'm learning new things, and then, like, I learn from experience that way. So, if you're that kind of learner, then we got you covered.
Yeah. Okay, Taylor, let's look at what probably life would have looked like for you if you hadn't chosen to diversify with Level Up Co. Because you're the original founder of Level Up Co. in 2020, I believe it was that you launched this.
Yeah. Yeah, it was January 2020, so we're coming up on our 5-year anniversary. That's kinda fun. Okay, so for me personally, I I would say I get bored very easily with things, and if I was just filming weddings season after season, like, if I'm being honest, like, I probably would have quit by now, um, and that's because I would have been bored from it and because it wasn't quite at the level of profitability where it made all of the, like, hard work worth it. So when I started the Level Up Co., I wanna say, like, I was charging, like, $3,500 like on average for weddings. And so that was just like not really a sustainable like place for me to be in. And then like a whole piece of me creatively felt like it was missing. So I honestly don't even think I'd be here right now. And that's great. Like maybe I would have found something like different or like, I don't know. Like maybe I would have gotten into like interior design or something like unrelated, but I'm so glad I did because it kept me in this like beautiful community that I love and I'm contributing to my family's like finances and all these great things. And now we're working towards building like a beautiful future. Like, and everything costs money. So I feel like our dreams will only be able to come to fruition because I'm like financially contributing. Um, but yeah, it's actually kind of sad to think about that. Like, if I didn't do it, I would have quit. But I think that's the true answer. And I remember like back in November of 2019, I like dreamt up the Level Up Co. Like, I knew I wanted to, like, step into the educational world, and I knew from the beginning I wanted it to be separate from, like, my primary brand because I wanted to be able to candidly share, and market it in a way that wouldn't affect, like, my wedding film brand. Like, I knew from the beginning, like, I didn't wanna muddy the waters in any way, which I'm
Which
glad I
so
did.
many people do, which
I
is
know.
why our course is here to help.
Yes.
But keep
We have
going.
we have so many thoughts and, like, philosophies when it comes to doing this in a profitable way. And you see a lot of people out there in the educational world, but, like, I know because we have conversations with them that they're not as profitable as they could be if they did it in, like, just a slightly different way. Sometimes it's those little micro tweaks that can make all the difference between something that thrives and something that just kind of exists. But so yeah, I remember, like, thinking about it, and I remember, like, talking to my husband about it, like, "Hey, I have this idea, like, I wanna do this," and he was like, "Why? Like, what you're doing is, like, working, like, I don't understand. I truly don't get it," and, like, I kind of had to just be like, "Well, I believe in myself, and I'm just gonna do it." Like, I have this long-term vision of what I want to, like, achieve and where I wanna take my, like, business and my entrepreneurial, like, skills, and I still am actually on the same path that I, like, planned out, like, 5.5 years ago, which I'm proud to say, like, that's a long time to stay on the straight and narrow, but, and so I just kind of had to, like, have the o like, my, like, own confidence to do it even though he didn't understand, and although he was supportive, like, in the end, like, when I was working on things, he was, like, encouraging and everything, but he was like, "Why? I don't get it." So, I mean, that's just I don't know, I feel like that's a confidence builder, and once you start doing things and showing yourself that you can do it, like, it builds your confidence, and I think that from, like, a human transformation perspective, I'm so much more confident now than I ever was
Mm,
because I've proven to myself over and over that I can do it.
yeah, that's
So,
really cool. And you were just, like, so confident and, like, took those beginning steps to make it happen. I think that's the biggest thing is that people, they wait and they're like, "I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet." Or maybe they just haven't set up that plan in place or maybe they just don't even know how to set up that, like, 5-year plan, what that could look like for them. But we want you to start before you're ready.
you're
That's,
never
like,
gonna feel ready.
you never are.
Mm-mm.
You never are. I never felt ready when I launched Illume Lutz. I never felt ready when we booked our first commercial shoot. We, like, very much just, like, MacGyvered whatever skills we kind of had to make it work. I remember specifically, we got called in to a meeting for this large construction company that still is a huge and this was in 2018 or 2019. I remember I was pregnant with my first son Micah, but I don't know where I was at in that pregnancy. I remember, like, trying to, like, maybe try to hide it because we were, like, meeting them for the first time, and I didn't know if, like, if that was gonna, like, alter their decision to use us, but fun fact, they found us on Yelp,
Oh my
which is
gosh.
insane. You just never know in the corporate commercial world, like, where these leads are gonna come from. So, this is pre-COVID times, so, like, there was a lot more meeting in person. Now, this would definitely be a Zoom meeting, but they had us come into their office, and they wanted to see if we could help them in their video needs, and we had no idea what we were doing, and we just nodded along the way, entered with confidence, gave concepts and ideas that we felt like would benefit them. We had, like, their marketing team sitting in on this and, like, other big decision makers, and we were so scared and just, like, hopped in. We were building the parachute on the way down, which Taylor and I love that analogy, where you hop out of the airplane and maybe not everything is all ready and you're just building the parachute on the way down, and that's exactly what we did, and I wish I had the numbers off the top of my head, but I'm sure now this company has probably paid us over $300,000 since then, and we weren't ready. We simply weren't ready, but we just made it happen and hopped in. So long story short, you're never going to be ready, but you can still be successful just by taking that first step.
Take the first step. Take the first step. Like, and you don't have to have, like, a grand plan. Like, it's just one foot in front of the next. Like, "Okay, today I'm gonna start. and then tomorrow I'm going to figure out what the next step is. And that's a beautiful thing about our course is now instead of like having that kind of like giant question mark like loom over you, am I missing anything? Am I doing all the right things? How do I say this? Or how do I communicate in this way? Or what's the best workflow when it comes to being like productive or I don't know, whatever it is. Like basically like streamlining things the best way possible. We'll remove the guesswork for you and we're gonna tell you like A to Z a list of do this, then this, then this, and then this, and then this. Because there is a proven formula that has worked for us over and over and over again. And you don't need to reinvent the wheel because you can literally just copy and paste our our methods with your own unique twist on it. What makes you you is going to be what makes what you are creating unique. You don't have to figure it out by yourself. Very much so, like you don't have to figure out how to get to the luxury market by yourself. Like there's a prescribed formula that you can literally follow, and we've helped hundreds of people at this point do it over and over and over again. And now we're going to help hundreds of you expand your revenue in new ways. And okay, so the best part is, like, I think this is kind of just like a fun little like bonus, you don't have to really learn anything new. Like you're just taking your existing skills or knowledge and you're repackaging it in a different way and delivering it in a different way than you've already done. So, I mean, corporate commercial is the most clear way to say that. Like you already know how to work a camera and create beautiful imagery, whether that be through photo or video or both. And now we just like have a different client, but you need to learn now how to communicate, how to build like packages and pricing, and you need a little bit of those nuance, but the base skill remains the same. And the same goes for building like education or digital products. Like you're taking that knowledge that's in your head that you've accumulated throughout your career and you're just now communicating that so somebody else can like now know it from your brain. So it's that knowledge or skill repackaged.
You already
Um,
have it. Like, you have
mhm.
everything. It's just, like I said, following that proven workflow, step-by-step process to be able to attract your new audience, because it is a completely new audience now. I am if you're watching on YouTube, I just had, like, the darkest, dreariest cloud come over me, and I am just, like, sitting here in the darkness. Um, if you're a podcast listener, you should try watching on YouTube at some time because it's a whole 'nother experience.
I think it's funny.
Sometimes Taylor's cat is, like, up here. Sometimes there's a random child that runs in. You just never know.
It's real life. We're real people, guys. Just
Yeah.
sitting here with our mics telling you things that we've experienced. That's like kind of it. And that's the whole thing. And you can do the same thing if you want. And we'll show you how.
Also, if you're sitting here and saying, "Taylor, Kelly, I don't have time for a new revenue stream. I shoot X amount of weddings per year. I have a backlog that I'm constantly bogged down with. I don't even know where I would find time to be able to do this." Taylor, what would you say to them?
I mean, I'm going to be honest. If Kelly and I can do it, like, so can you. We have roughly 1 million children between the two of us.
And by 1,000,000, she means 6, which is, like, actually a litter.
It's oh, wow, yeah, okay. I mean, 6 is a lot of children, so we each have 3, and we're in the throes of, like, young children, like, it's not like we have teenagers, like, Kelly has younger children than I do, but still, like, mine are little, elementary school and then, like, 3, and so and we run our own businesses. I'm the default parent in my house, like, I do all the, like, school pickups, I do all the cooking for our family, I do all of the house things, all of the doctor's appointments, all of those, like, weighing your brain down tasks, and I can still do it. So it doesn't take as much time as you think. It might take a little bit of initial time and effort to start as it would
You're in
with
the
anything else.
Yeah, when you're in the building phase, there are more hours. There's late nights and there's early mornings, but it is so worth it.
Yeah, like once that so it's like an airplane. So right, it takes like 75 or 80% of its fuel to get off the ground, but once you're at cruising altitude, like it just takes like a little bit to like maintain. We hate to like say it's passive revenue because it does take time, but it's as passive as I think you could possibly get. Um, so I mean, yeah, it's scalable too. So it's like, although maybe I spend 30 hours a week on Level Up, like during our busy times, that doesn't mean you need to then spend that much time either. Like you can easily like get away with a few hours a week in that maintaining phase, based off of your goals. Like if you want to go out there and make $1 million, it's going to take a little bit more time and effort. But if you're cool making $100,000, $150,000 a year, then like it's going to take less energy and less time. So it's scalable based off of what you have to offer and what your goals are. And the beautiful thing is you are not like stuck in either of those. It can ebb and flow with life. So like you have a baby, cool, you can take a back seat a little bit and like kind of chill out and like go a little bit less intensely. And then all of your kids are all of a sudden in school and you like earned back all this time, and you can go a little bit harder. You know what I mean? So it's just you push the gas or the brakes, depending on your life circumstances. And I've definitely done that with the Level Up Co. Like there's been times. I mean, this has been a podcast for 5 years now, and there's been times where I don't post anything for 6 months. But bringing Kelly on, we've been way more consistent over the last 2 years. Partially because like I'm now accountable to you, right? Like I can't let you down, and you can't let me
Vice
down.
versa.
Yeah. So actually, like having a partnership is a really beautiful thing. Highly suggest. Um,
Something to consider.
yep.
Yeah. No, it's really true. And people ask us how do you do it? And first, it's identifying what you really love. And this is a huge part in the course is identifying who is the audience that you want to serve because if you're not passionate about who your buyer is, say in the who your audience is in the education space, who your buyer is through your digital product, then when times start to get hard and life starts to get insane and you're feeling like you want to throw in the towel, you don't want to give up on the audience that you love, your ideal client. You don't want to give up on them. And that's why like I feel like for Level Up, yes, it's a totally insane season of life. I'll be completely honest for us to be doing this. But we care so deeply about our community, as we said earlier in this episode. And like, you guys are the ones that keep us going, and like, your success keeps us going. And it's just so worth it. And so, identifying your niche is a really huge part and a lesson within the course that I teach. And it's true because I actually talk about other failed revenue diversification journeys that I've been on that have failed because I realized I wasn't passionate about my ideal client, my buyer.
Yeah, it has to be you have to be serving a greater why than just, like, a few dollars in your bank account, like, the why has to have, like, a deeper meaning to you, and we're all gonna resonate with, like, different deeper meaning. Like, if you're a true artist at heart and you just love your craft so much, like, maybe it's for the sake of the art, and that's cool. Maybe you have, like, such a heart for new photographers like right out of high school or something and like showing them that they don't have to go to like a traditional 4 year university and they can like get started right away, with just their camera and like how to, you know what I mean? That's just like an example. Like you probably are going to connect with somebody that you can resonate with on like a human level. Um, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Again, another cloud has come over and I look like I'm underwater. You
Yeah.
just got to watch on YouTube.
It's a little bluey, a little purpley. Oh
Bluey.
wait, she's
Your
coming
kids love
back.
Bluey.
Okay, they do love it, but I think they're, like, starting to exit, like, the obsession with Bluey phase. I actually saw a TikTok, so, I mean, at the time of recording, I think TikTok's not gone yet, but, like, it sounds like it's gonna be, but I just saw a TikTok the other day of, like, this such a sweet aunt, like, throwing a birthday party for her nephew's birthday, and they wanted it Bluey themed, and she didn't know like, she was making a cutout, like a life-size cutout of Bluey, but it turned out to be, like, Bluey's dad, Bandit.
Oh
So
my god.
so instead of a Bluey cutout, it was a Bandit cutout, and it was, like, a whole Bandit party instead of a Bluey party. I thought that was the funniest thing.
But Bandit's kind of the best. We're
Oh,
totally
yeah.
taking you guys on a separate journey. I'm so sorry if you don't have children and you haven't entered the world of Bluey. I honestly think that Paul and I like Bluey more than the kids really do.
It's a parenting show, like, you learn so many, like, strategies.
Skills. Yes.
Yeah.
All right, Taylor. So 2025, our huge mission is to help those make money outside of the wedding industry. And for us, that was diversifying the knowledge or the talent that we already had in the forms of corporate commercial work, education, and selling digital products, having a digital offer that someone can add to cart and check out based on your knowledge, your skill set, your workflow.
Mhm.
I would love if you're listening to, if you haven't hopped into our free training, the Revenue Blueprint, please do. We are going to be doing a 60-minute live training walking you through the beginning steps of what it's going to look like to be able to create a highly profitable revenue stream. And highly profitable could be whatever you want it to be. It could be an extra $30,000 a year. It could be an extra $300,000 a year. It's honestly whatever you want it to be. The flexibility is endless. The possibilities are endless. Um, and I'm just really excited about it because there has been just this pulse on the industry where it felt like something else needed to be available for those who are ready for something different, because not everybody in our audience really wants to scale all the way to the luxury level, you
And
know?
they don't wanna be shooting 50 weddings a year either. So if you don't wanna scale your prices anymore, like, you're comfortable where you're at, and you don't wanna shoot more, then there's literally no other option. Like, now you have to diversify if you wanna make more money. Um, that's just, like, the reality, and it's you guys, it's fine. You can do it. If we can do it, you can do it.
I
I really
believe in
believe
you
that.
guys.
Mhm.
And speaking of shooting the more weddings and increasing your profits, we're actually gonna be talking about that next Tuesday. We do have some really fun things on the horizon later this year on some more series. So last year we did our All-Star series and then we did our Sip and Tell series. We do have some thoughts on doing a like after dark series, like Level Up After Dark. We're excited.
Imagine martini in hand and the conversations that could follow. Sounds very fun to me. Yeah.
Sounds very fun to me. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. You guys head over to levelupco.com/blueprint if you want to get in on this free training. It's highly valuable, zero fluff. Or if you're ready to just jump right in, head over to the levelupco.com/revenue to learn more about our brand new course.
Yes, we are so excited. Oh, also, I just want to say this, like you'll learn this too if you go look into it, but um because we love an element of live teaching and conversation, we do have an option if you're hopping into the revenue multiplier course to add on some additional like group coaching as well if you want that. We got a lot of feedback from our pre-sale students that that would be something that they want to do. We all love a pre-recorded course where it's self-paced, but we also love the ability to like have discussion and ask questions and like get further like clarification or whatever about what you're learning. So you can add that on, and I have a feeling that that's going to be some of our students' favorite like content that comes from the course. I don't know. I really love meeting on Zoom and like chatting with people, and I hope that if you are interested in this course, that you opt into that because we would love to meet you and help you in a more intimate setting. So we're going to sign off here, guys. It's a big week for us at the Level Up Co. We really hope you at least consider expanding your revenue by diversifying. We truly believe that that is the way to go. It's clearly worked pretty well for us, and we think that it's going to work pretty well for you too. So that's it from us, and we will see you next week. Thank you for joining us in today's conversation. Please help us reach more filmmakers and photographers like you by taking a screenshot and sharing it to social media. And don't forget to tag us at The Level Up Co.
And join us again next week, same time, same place, as we continue to level up the industry together.